Naturally, a movie with a big budget does not guarantee that it will produce a good profit or, for that matter, be a well-written and engaging plot. Disney, for instance, spends millions on each of its endeavors, but it does not prevent the large studio from sometimes having box office failures. What films cost the most to make in light of all that? The outcomes could shock you. Let's go ahead and look at some of the most costly films ever produced without further ado. 7. Fast X 2023, $340 million. With a $340 million budget, the forthcoming movie Fast X is now one of the most costly movies ever produced. Like Mission Impossible, Dead Reckoning Part 1, and Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny, Fast X spent its cash on extensive realistic action sequences shot on location worldwide. The cast of Fast X is filled with talented performers that can fetch high salaries. The film also encountered a snag when Louis Leterrier was brought in to helm the picture when Justin Lin left soon after production started. Bringing in a director when the cameras are running may be expensive, as was the case with Solo, a Star Wars story. 6. Avatar: The Way of Water 2022, $350 million. The much-anticipated Avatar: The Way of Water is James Cameron's follow-up to the 2009 film. This film, which centers on the Sully family and has a huge budget, is similar to the previous one. James Cameron estimated that the $350 million budget for Avatar: The Way of Water would be needed to become one of the third or fourth highest-grossing films ever. Avatar: The Way of Water, which has earned $2.3 billion globally, is the third highest-grossing film of all time, proving that Cameron struck the mark perfectly. 5. Avengers: Endgame 2019, $356 million. Avengers: Endgame, the film that will wrap off the Infinity Saga plot, was highly anticipated. The statistics would support that. The movie made $2.798 billion globally on a $356 million budget. Avengers: Endgame exceeded its total production budget by $1 million in only 3 days, earning $357 million in its first weekend alone. 4. Avengers: Age of Ultron, $365 million. Unexpectedly, Avengers: Age of Ultron is the most costly Avengers film. The film's budget is $365 million, $9 million higher than Avengers: Endgame, and it boasts several special effects and shooting sites worldwide. Nevertheless, as is customary for the MCU series, it was successful. It finished as the fourth highest-grossing movie of 2015, even if the box office performance was lacking compared to the first Avengers. 3. Pirates of the Caribbean: On Stranger Tides 2011, $379 million. For many years, it was thought that Pirates of the Caribbean: On Stranger Tides, the only Pirates film to reach a $400 million budget, was the most costly film ever made. Numerous shooting locations, the use of 3D cameras comparable to those in Avatar, and the involvement of 10 different firms in the complex visual effects contributed to the film's high cost. On Stranger Tides was the third highest-earning movie of 2011, regardless of whether you loved it or thought the series was over. 2. Star Wars: The Rise of Skywalker 2019, $416 million. Lucasfilm allocated a $416 million reported budget for Star Wars: The Rise of Skywalker, which was promoted as concluding the Skywalker saga. The cost of building the enormous sets to tie up the sequel trilogy and the necessity to appoint a new creative team when Colin Trevorrow left the project may be attributed to the production costs. Although the sequel trilogy's lowest-grossing film, The Rise of Skywalker managed to earn $1 billion globally and was one of the final box office successes before the COVID-19 pandemic. A new Star Wars movie will continue the narrative as Rey tries to restore the Jedi Academy. 1. Star Wars: The Force Awakens 2015, $447. The sequel trilogy to The Force Awakens by J.J. Abrams was the first in the series. With the introduction of new characters like Rey, Poe, and Finn, the tale of the original cast was continued. The movie was one of history's most eagerly awaited releases, and much depended on it. According to recent sources, The Force Awakens had a $447 million budget, making it the most expensive film ever. The investment was profitable. The movie grossed nearly $2 billion at the box office, becoming the highest-grossing movie of the year and continuing to hold that title today. What do you think of our video? Let me know in the comment section below. If you enjoyed this video and want to hear from me again, hit that subscribe button before you go. Thanks for watching.